Hey guys, welcome back to Half the Battle. Today we're going to check out the Survival Mag. This is something else that I got in the battle box. This is probably the thing I'm most excited about. And what it is a 10-round magazine on the top for an AR-15, AR-style rifle, anything with 5.56, or I believe 223 would also fit in there. And on the bottom of it, this section here, is a survival kit. Nice that it's a 10-round mag for the restricted states. A lot of states don't have those restrictions, but the one I'm in definitely does. So it's nice that it ships to me. And it's also nice that this is actually a 30-round mag size. Standard 30-round mag length, standard 30-round mag dimensions, besides this little middle piece here, of course. And yeah, it's just nice. It gives an overall nice look to your rifle without having to have the actual 30-round. Now, in my first video showing this off, I couldn't get the thing open. It is what I thought it was. These little clips push in, and they're pretty stiff, which is good because you don't want this thing falling apart on you when you're using it in your rifle. But I did manage to get it open. You just got to push real hard. Basically, you push these in, and then you just pop it out. There we go. Have to do it off camera. It's a little hard to do. But anyway, separates like that. Then we got your mag here. This is your 10-round mag, so that's just a standard 10-round mag. You got the little follower in there. It's all set up. And inside of here now is where your survival kit comes in. Cool thing is, this piece here, which is the spring retaining clip, is actually part of the survival gear. It's got a bottle opener, which I don't know who's opening bottles in a survival situation, but hey, you know, you need a beer, you need a beer. There's appears to be a 1/4 inch. It could be some sort of size. I'm going to say it's probably a 1/4 inch. What do you call those? A wrench? Wrench? Closed-in wrench. And then this is, I'm guessing that's a screwdriver. Anyway, I'd have to look. They don't actually come with any kind of instructions, actually, unfortunately. It's kind of strange that it didn't, but it didn't come with any kind of instructions, so you're kind of left to your own to figure it out. That's definitely a bottle opener, though. I know that. And that, I'm not sure exactly what size, but that's a wrench. And I would say that would be a kind of a thick, flathead screwdriver. What else you get in here is a mystery to me because I haven't seen it yet. This appears to be a majority of it here. Oh, and some more stuff there. So there it is, emptied out. You got some Aqua Tabs. Okay, so these are water purification tabs. It's going to be used sodium, yeah, I can't read that word, some sort of sodium product to clean your water. So, you're in a survival situation, you find some questionable water in a puddle, in a stream, and preferably moving water, not a puddle. That was a bad choice. But some sort of moving water. You don't want to use stagnant water, definitely bad idea. And you can use these to basically make that safe to drink. These are going to be your standard. I'm not going to open them because there's no point. These are waterproof matches. Anybody who's ever seen any kind of survival kit has seen these, definitely. These are just your standard waterproof matches. One thing is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the stuff back in this after I'm done, but that's fine. I want to show you guys what's in it. And then you get this little bag of goodies. In here, there is a compass that apparently clips onto things for whatever reason that might be. It's even got an adjustable dial on it for direction finding. I don't know that it's actually working correctly. It's a little off, but it's close enough. I mean, if you needed to get somewhere, you don't need exact. It just needs to be close enough. If you need to be able to find your way to some place. This appears to be, I'm guessing tinder. I'm going to say it's tinder. Let me see if it smells like anything. No, my fingers smell like charcoal from doing the last video I did, but this appears to be some sort of tinder, I would assume. You got a tiny little knife, which could be used as a spear, I suppose. I don't know if they intended that, but that's what I see it as. I mean, I always carry a bigger knife on me, so this little thing, sort of useless. Again, with the bottle opener. I mean, how many people in survival situations need to open bottles? I don't know. There's a multi-wrench here. It's got multiple different sizes. I've seen those before. The knife, yeah, it's not sharp. You could cut something with it, but it's not sharp. It would definitely need a sharpening. What I'm seeing here more than anything, though, is a spearhead, because this could easily be lashed onto the end of a stick, and you got yourself a fishing spear, a hunting spear, a really crappy arrowhead if you break the tip of this off. I guess, it unscrews, it appears. So if you had some sort of way to unscrew it, you could use this as a tip as an arrowhead. No locking mechanism on it. It's just a slip joint. It's a nice knife, I guess, if you need it. Like I said, I carry something better on me at all times, but maybe you don't. I don't know. If you have an AR, I'm guessing you probably carry a knife too. Fishing gear. I'm not sure. I know there's some sinkers. I think those are lures. I'm not sure what those colorful things are. I guess some sort of attractant. And there appears to be some hooks. Not sure what test the fishing line is. It looks pretty thick. It would work in a pinch. You've got in here some safety pins, a needle, and what appears to be a magnet, I'm guessing. I don't know what the hell that is. I think it's a magnet. I can't tell. Oh no, it's a ferro rod. It's not a magnet. It's a ferro rod. This is a sparker. If you haven't seen these before, I'll try to use it without cutting my finger off with this silly knife. But if you haven't seen these before, basically, oh man, this thing's tiny. What a useless thing. Scrape this off, get it a little clean, and then you can throw a spark, just like that. So, in a survival situation, that actually would come in handy. Then this silly knife that I didn't like would come in handy, because most of my knives are pretty big. I'm going to cut my fingers off trying to use that tiny little ferro. That's the smallest ferro I've ever seen. They could have put it on a piece of wood or something, which would have been nice. But, you know, hey, it's a survival kit inside of a AR magazine. What do you expect? And again, I already showed you these. Oh, it's got a paper clip, you know, for those important papers you need to keep together in survival. And some safety pins. I was just kidding about the paper clips. You can actually use those for quite a few things. Hooks, fishing hooks, and yeah. Anyway, tree saw, or I don't know what they call it, chainsaw, not a chainsaw, wire saw. That's what it is, wire saw. Now this thing is usable in a situation, you know, where you need to get some sort of wood or kindling or anything of that sort. It's definitely a usable item. Now the problem with these is they're not very good. This one's very low quality. I could tell it would not be long before this thing broke. So you're not going to be cutting down any actual trees with this. Thicker limbs and such, sure, but you're not cutting down an actual tree. It would be good for shelter making. In a shelter making situation, it would be somewhat decent. But otherwise than that, it's kind of a useless item. If you watch another channel, there's a couple other channels out here that have done these. Crazy Russian Hacker does them. He's talked about these and how they're kind of inept. This style is just not very good. But then again, you know, it's in a freaking AR mag, guys. I mean, come on. What are you asking for? You got your bullets and you got some little bit of crap to keep you safe. For external use only. Oh, there's your alcohol pads. So you don't even need your beer. You just suck on these and... No, I'm just kidding. Cleaning things, starting a fire. That little ferro rod will light one of these things up pretty much instantly. Some sort of disinfectant for your hands, for cuts, scrapes. They give you a couple of Band-Aids to cover your boo-boos. And then there's this, which is pretty much the most awful thing I can imagine to put in here. This is one of those cheesy credit card wallet survival tools. Now, this is not a survival tool. This is a hunk of crap. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's a hunk of crap. It's got some sort of edge on it here, which, okay, yeah, that's pretty sharp. That's sharper than the knife was. It might even be easier to hit that ferro rod with that edge. It's got some sort of, I think that's a can opener, if that's supposed to be. I would have to figure out how to use it. It's got a saw. That saw is probably actually more usable than this saw. But I mean, look at that. What is it, a 2-inch saw? You're just going to be like, I mean, come on. That's weird. Multiple wrenches. If you want to call those wrenches, they're super rounded off. A bottle opener, yet again, the third friggin' bottle opener in this thing. I guess you're just out there popping them with the boys in survival situations all the time. I don't get it. Why people put bottle openers on things. Everything's got to be a friggin' bottle opener. And that, I believe, is a wayfinding tool. I'm not exactly sure how to use those. I don't get lost in the woods often, so I couldn't tell you. But that's it. He said getting all that back in here is going to be fun. And it's not the easiest thing to open, but that's what you get in that. I believe it runs, they said it was $59.99. I've seen them for $49.99. And honestly, it's a decent thing for $49. The magazine, a 10-round magazine is going to run you $10-15. And then this survival gear, I don't think it's worth the rest of it, but I think as a kit altogether, it's worth it because you can throw this in your range bag. You could throw this in your go bag, and you're going to have your 10-round mag ready to go, loaded up, and then you have a little bit of survival gear if you're really in that kind of sort of situation. It'll be nice to have if you really needed it. Some of the stuff, like I said, this is pretty much useless, and this thing, I wish people didn't even put things like this in these things because it just cheapens the whole experience, honestly. In a survival situation, you're not going to rely on this piece of crap metal card. You're just not. It's not something that's reliable. It's not something that's, you know, really usable. You want to use the saw, okay, great. And then you stab yourself with a friggin' knife on the side of it. It doesn't make sense. As a piece of metal to turn into something else, maybe, I can imagine cutting this down and using it as something, but as in its current form, that just, I may even take that out of there. It's crap. But the rest of it, this wire saw, kind of crappy. This stuff is not bad. I like the fishing kit. I like the matches. The ferro rod was a little silly because it was too tiny. But other than that, it's not bad. I wouldn't say $60 worth, but I think it's the package, again, like I said before. But anyway, you know, that's just what I think. I'm sure there's people out there that'll think it's great, and there's people out there that'll say the whole thing's shit. So that's just the way the world is. Anyway, that's it. That's all I really got to say about it. I'm going to try to pack this stuff back in there. Good luck. And thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, please. See you guys next time.